All right, ladies and gentlemen. So as we ramp up and we move toward Michael Cohen's star witness testimony in Donald Trump's hush money trial, it looks like the pressure is mounting on Michael Cohen, and he is starting to have some bad days. But before we get into this, let's take a quick look at who Alvin Bragg and the Biden administration are counting on to be their star witness and to bring this whole case together and convict Donald Trump. This is Michael Cohen testifying before Congress, and he lays out everything that he has been convicted of. And one of those things, of course, is lying under oath. Listen.
I've been convicted on 5 counts of tax evasion. There's 1 count of misrepresentation of documents to a bank. There's 2 counts, one dealing with campaign finance for Karen McDougal, 1 count of campaign finance violation for Stormy Daniels, as well as lying to Congress.
Combined total of the crimes for which you were sentenced would bring a maximum of 70 years. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yet you are going to prison for 3 years. Yes or no?
So yes, he has been convicted of lying to Congress, and this is going to be the prosecution's star witness in this hush money trial. As if it couldn't get any worse for them, they brought up Stormy Daniels yesterday, and they are so desperate that they had to have her parade this story in front of the jury, which talked about her alleged sexual encounter with Donald Trump, which has nothing to do with a falsified business record, which is what this trial is supposed to be about. But Michael Cohen is having a really bad day today. He is facing a criminal referral from Jim Jordan and James Comer. And I don't know how far this is going to go because it's a recommendation to Attorney General Garland. But this is what it has to say. It says, on February 28th of 2019, Republicans on the House Committee of Oversight and Reform referred Michael D. Cohen to the Justice Department for perjury and knowingly making false statements during his testimony before the committee on February the 27th of 2019. Members cited 6 specific lies told by Cohen and urged the Justice Department to take appropriate action. Last year, we learned that Cohen separately lied again before the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. In a 2019 deposition, Cohen's testimony is now the basis for a politically motivated prosecution and a former president and currently declared candidate for that office. In light of the reliance on the testimony from this repeated liar, we reiterate our concerns and ask what the Justice Department has done to hold Cohen accountable for his false statements to Congress. So this is a recommendation to say, hey, Cohen lied before Congress. Where are the consequences? You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Mayorkas. Mayorkas was accused of lying before Congress. And what did the Senate do? They didn't even hold a trial. No evidence was shown. They didn't hold a trial. They just held a vote and say, all right, let's hold a vote to see whether or not we're going to hold a trial. And of course, the Democrats control the Senate. So they just all voted not to have a trial. And something tells me something similar might happen here. But let's look a little bit more into this. This is from just the news. And they say Jordan and Comer urge DOJ to prosecute Michael Cohen for lying to Congress. Yes. And we really need to get him off those TikToks too. He is embarrassing himself nightly with his little TikTok live stream where he has the bunny ears and hearts or whatever when they send him tips over live stream. But this says House Oversight Chairman James Comer and House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan urged the Justice Department on Wednesday to prosecute former Donald Trump attorney Michael Cohen for allegedly lying to Congress. Cohen actually admitted last year to lying under oath when he testified in front of Congress in 2019 by answering no when he was asked if he was truthful in his congressional testimony during Trump's civil fraud trial. Cohen a liar? No way. But the pair now accuse Cohen, who is a star witness in the former President hush money trial, of lying to Congress 6 times, including when he testified that he did not seek employment with the Trump White House, despite evidence proving that he told friends otherwise. And this is the star witness in this hush money trial. No credibility, but he's given his testimony in front of a Democrat jury, in front of a Democrat judge. And so even though he is a complete liar and con man, they will probably look at his testimony favorably. At least that's what I think. I am still on the side of I believe they're going to convict Donald Trump, even though Stormy Daniels was disastrous for them, even though all the witnesses have come out and said that, hey, I dealt with Michael Cohen and this guy is a liar. Even witnesses who were not on the side of Donald Trump, even witnesses that were testifying for the prosecution who were not necessarily favorable to Donald Trump, They even called Michael Cohen a complete con man and a liar. But let's continue. Last year, we learned that Cohen separately lied again before the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence in a 2019 deposition. Cohen's testimony is now the basis for a politically motivated prosecution of a former president. We read that earlier. But it says Comer and Jordan accused Cohen of denying committing various fraudulent acts to which he had pleaded guilty to in front of a federal court, and of lying when he claimed he had no reportable foreign government contracts, despite entering into 2 contracts in 2017 with companies that are at least partly owned by foreign governments. Oh, that's interesting. It comes a week after New York GOP Representative Elise Stefanik and Ohio Republican Congressman Mike Turner also encouraged the DOJ to open an investigation into the former Trump attorney. Cohen has previously pleaded guilty to lying to Congress in 2018 about work he did on a canceled project to build a Trump Tower in Russia, and to violating campaign finance laws. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison, but he only spent 13 months in prison and a year and a half under house arrest. And now Cohen is sitting in his house in front of his phone on his TikTok live streams like this. Look at this. Look at Michael Cohen. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Used to be Donald Trump's attorney. He used to think he was going to be eligible for an attorney general position, and now all he does is rant and whine like a little crybaby on TikTok, while subscribers sent him little tips that cause little animations of hats and hearts and rabbit ears appear over his head. I mean, guys, this has to be the worst downfall I have ever seen. Well, one of the worst downfalls I've ever seen. And Cohen is actually the perfect candidate for this. He's a perfect one because he is the biggest crybaby I think I've ever seen. He comes out and he trashes Donald Trump. But of course, remember, Donald Trump cannot respond because he's a witness. Cohen is a protected witness in this hush money trial. So Donald Trump is not allowed to respond to him, even though Cohen comes out and he spews lies about Donald Trump 24/7. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think Cohen should be investigated and sent to jail? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until then, I will see you on the next one.